Day 2 on the Manistee River. After covering our first 30-some miles and spending the night somewhere deep in Michigan's backwoods, we're back on the water with another long day ahead of us. Today's goal, roughly 35 miles and nearly 10 hours of paddling, from somewhere 2 miles west of Rainbow Gym's access to roughly 6 miles west of Baxter Bridge. The river is moving fast, the sun is finally out, and for a while, everything feels like it's going exactly according to plan. Well, almost everything. Tad's stomach problems from the night before have decided they're not finished with him quite yet. But despite being thoroughly betrayed by his digestive system, he somehow manages to keep paddling. Along the way, we pass one of the most fascinating landmarks on the entire trip, Banks Rollaway. The massive bluff was once used by Michigan lumberjacks to roll enormous white pine logs down to the Manistee River, where they could begin their journey downstream. Today, the only thing going over the edge is our sense of how steep this damn thing actually is. And after 35 miles on the river, we finally pull over to what will become our home for the night. A beautiful bluff overlooking the Manistee, with plenty of room for hammocks, tents, a roaring fire, dinner, and maybe just enough whiskey to convince ourselves that tomorrow is another good idea. Let's get back on the river.
Hey man.
6:50 a.m. Had a pretty solid sleep last night. Getting camp all packed up and gonna hit the water early today.
I think it's going to hail.
And we're setting off.
I'll just stash it with the other stuff. We'll save that for our 10-day canoe trip when we got to action. Yeah. Just spend a day at camp building paddles.
Yeah, and then paddle out with them.
Yeah.
Would they be dry enough though? You probably have to like...
Well, I mean, yeah, they probably wouldn't be. There was
like a hand trainer.
Have you ever, are you familiar with Blue Mirrors? He's like the British version of Les Stroud, kind of. I mean, he's not as badass as Les Stroud, but he does a bunch of like bushcraft videos, like, and he did one where he went and built a birch bark canoe with a native dude, and but he also did one where he bushcrafted a paddle.
I think I've got my boat a touch heavy in the rear. It's not quite steering how it should.
I'm getting a touch heavy in the rear too, so that landing's gonna be nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna move my beer to the front, and that should turn it out. It's like spinning out more than normal. I'm barely drinking my coffee. All right, Ted. Peak performance. Yeah. Ooh, that sun.
Yep, might be a warm one today.
Yeah. Time to go swimming.
I didn't pack sunscreen because I brought my sun hoodie, but I'm stubborn and I don't want to put my sun hoodie on, so I guess it's kind of a catch-22.
Yeah, you may want to do that.
Yeah, I'll probably put the sun hoodie on when we stop for lunch later today.
Yeah, I have sunscreen, but not enough to like cover you for the whole trip.
No.
surprised you didn't hear me snoring in my chair.
Yeah, dude, you're like Autumn, man. She can She'll close her eyes and in less than 2 minutes, she's already snoring.
Yeah.
I'm jealous that she can fall asleep that fast. Sometimes I toss and turn for like half an hour before I fall asleep.
Mind ready?
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I just can't shut my brain off.
There's the one thing I saw where it's like some military technique for falling asleep in stressful situations, but it works for everything. And I've used it a few times when I have struggled to fall asleep.
What is that?
It's where you basically tell yourself, you go through like your whole body, but you start at like your legs or your feet, and you're like, okay, feet, time to fall asleep, and then you like think about your feet falling asleep. And then you do your legs.
My problem is my ADHD can get real bad. I'll start doing that, and then all of a sudden I'm thinking about a Super Nintendo game or some piece of gear I want to buy. Or
you ever try meditating?
I probably should try more often. Hey, look, moon's out.
Oh man, there's only one toilet. You're good.
Belted kingfisher. Looks like a good spot too up here. Oh yeah, that'd be a great spot. Nice bed of pine needles. They got a little rock fire pit in there, it looks.
Probably buggy, but that's a solid site.
Yeah, I would definitely like to check out some different islands next year. I've heard the kayaking around Beaver Island is really good.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And then there's another small island you can get to from Beaver.
North-south Manistee.
I'd be maybe a little more leery of paddling to that one.
Yeah, I think if you go to Manistee, you need a proper sea kayak and a little bit more open water.
sit on top, you can haul more stuff. Although these hatches are pretty efficient.
Yeah, well, I guess with the sit on top, you could get a much larger volume dry bag,
Yeah.
and then just strap it to the deck.
You get more on the canoe style, like just one big one.
No, not outside of the Huron River. Well, no, I've camped along the Chippewa.
That's the thing. I wish the Chippewa had more campgrounds.
Yeah, it's got that big, long park.
Yeah.
You'd think they'd have a couple campgrounds in there.
I'm saying if you had in a couple spots, you could kayak camp. The Chippewas are awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I had a great time that day. That's one of my like top 10 for sure. Got a blue heron ahead. All right, day 2, 43.87 miles in total, and we are just coming up to US 131 highway. So not too long from now, we'll be passing through old US 131 State Forest Campground. Got the blue blockers on today because we've got a little bit more sun than yesterday. Overcast all day. But temperature's been great today. It's been cool, breezy. Those are mergansers. Don't run into the tree, guys. There we are, old US 131 State Forest Campground.
Sounds like they just paved it.
Yeah, say it used to be, didn't used to look like this. They put big old cement pillars up there and everything. We just took a nice little snack break, vests off, changed into shorts, took a little dip in the water to cool off. Feels amazing. Got about 8 miles until Baxter Bridge in the Baxter State Forest Campground. Was not expecting to see a herd of cows. They're literally just cows over there. Huh. But also, we have some fun little tracks over here. Got, looks like coyote. And then get over here, big old goose tracks in the water. And then you got some little bitty, probably sandpiper.
glad we did as much training as we did though, because like, especially like the first like 3/4 of today so far, I felt great.
Oh yeah, I did not mess around this year.
You've done more than we have, but yeah, I feel like that 4 would have been good. If I would have picked it up the season year. Alright, I found camp.
Looks like we got a scenic overlook way up there on the top of the bluff. Been a beautiful day. We're gonna put in a solid 10 hours. Honestly, video really doesn't do it justice, like how steep that is. I mean, it is crazy high. We're at mile 16.7 for the whole trip, and I think we found a place to call home for the night. We were thinking about going on for about another hour, but this spot is just way too good to pass up. Beautifully flat. Plenty of space for all of our tents and hammocks. And a pretty good view, I would say.
I should empty the IKEA bag out. Fill the bag up.
It's actually not a bad idea. This has to be contender for one of the top 10 campsites I've ever stayed in. Excellent view. Gonna be a rain fly off kind of night. Gonna be a quick pack up in the morning and try and hit the river between 5 and 6. Get a better view of the system in here. On a trip like this, I've got my comically oversized Xped Megamat Ultra, which fills the entire interior space of my one-person copper spur. And that's coupled with the Nemo Disco 15, so I will never get cold. Mostly use it in quilt mode, kind of just keep it open, legs over the top. Sea to Summit Aero Style Premium pillow, very soft and very wide. And then I've got the Sea to Summit foam core pillow, which I actually like. This is probably my favorite camp pillow, to be completely honest. Even though you can't pack it down real small, man, it is super comfortable. Chicken coconut curry is what's for dinner. This is, aside from Mountain House 3-bean chili mac with beef, this is one of my favorites. And absolutely cannot beat this view.
No limitations. I can just do
He's blazing.